Hey, Unpaid Lunch listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and ad-free as a Prime member on Amazon Music. Find us on social medias and YouTube at Unpaid Lunch. On your break today, Michael and Jaden are in studio. They're toy collectors, toy resellers. Having a great time doing that. Rhino's off tonight, but still got a good show for you. Time to clock out for lunch. Welcome into Unpaid Lunch. Thanks for spending your break with us. I'm Heavy D. Rhino's off still, but in studio I've got Michael and Jaden, and they're what are you guys doing?
So we run a small business called Eject Toys. We buy, sell, trade toys. We recently just started out. We're mainly dealing with Transformers. Anybody out there messes around with those?
Well, you love Transformers.
Oh yeah,
I love
ever since I was a kid.
Yeah,
like literally one of my first memories, man, is like messing around with Transformers. And there's a picture of me, man, when I was like 1 or 2 years old. We were at a dog show there at Riverside Park.
That's a weird memory.
Yeah, well, like there's a picture of me, and I've got a Transformer there. And the summer, I actually got to meet the voice actor for that specific Transformer, and I got to show him that picture, and he thought it was really cool. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, but
I don't think I do anything cool like that.
It's expensive.
Yeah,
but
well, you guys are. I mean, you're doing really cool shit though. Like I like what you're doing.
Yeah, we just started it out, man. Me and my best friend here, Jaden Tolliver.
Oh, we're doing last names. Now people are going to find you. What's your address?
I've been doxed, I guess.
What's your address? I'm going to change your last name to his last name.
Yeah,
and see if people can figure that out.
Michael Tolliver.
He's Dan Cummins.
I am Dan Cummins.
But we kind of just started out collecting, man, and it just got out of hand. And we just started getting so much extra stuff and buying lots out from people that...
And access to it, right? So
yeah,
like
we've got a lot of access to it. Internet is a great tool. I mean, and just not even the internet, a lot of local people...
understatement of the day. The internet.
When they find Transformers, they message me on Facebook like, hey, you want these? And I'm there.
Well, and it works too, because I immediately think of you guys when I see any Transformers, like anything, I'm like, oh,
yeah, I
know some guys that like this.
We're the Transformers guys, man.
Yeah, you 100% are the Transformers guys.
But we just started out and they started getting way too much stuff, and it just turned out. And then we're like, man, we got to get rid of this. Like, it's not so much of a financial problem, just space. And
yeah. Well, and it doesn't hurt that you can make money doing something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
I mean, like the way that we were looking at it was like we'd find a lot that had like 4 things that we wanted in it.
Right.
And the lot would be worth less than what those 4 things were worth. We're like, we can just get these for free essentially and just sell the rest of it, you know?
Yeah, and that, right. And you still feels like you're collecting and not like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're doing both. Like, it's getting the stuff that you want to get. And
yeah. And where we do it that way, man, we don't have to worry about necessarily making money. Like, obviously we need to make money to keep it going. But like, we don't have to rely on.
Well, you're just trying to fund you buying toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You're just trying to fund you guys buying toys.
That's exactly what we're doing.
We don't have to worry about like if we make profit on that or not. Well, it's like, get rid of it.
And you both know kind of like the line between scalping and just selling and like selling shit to people who love toys.
We sell everything just about at a 10 or 15% below margin.
Yeah, and and there's like a different to me that's always like a mentality more than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm obviously not scalping this shit. I'm just trying to sell you shit you like. Calm down.
Yeah, and you know, if somebody comes to the table and they're like, I want these 4 things, I give them one hell of a discount. Like I'm always like, so I love toys. Obviously, I'm part of like the page, the whole reason, you know, you guys
has a lot to do with it is there's a Facebook page that, you know, it's just, what is it, Appalachian Toy Group?
It's Appalachian Toy Collectors. Me and Dan here are actually one of the big admins in the group. So,
I know you all post all the time, and like I'll post shit in there, which is funny because like I don't have that many toys. I love wrestling figures and Hot Wheels, and I find them and I'm like, oh, I got to buy these.
Yeah.
It's cool just showing it off to people too.
Yeah, man.
It is. Well, and it's like, I guess it's like a like-minded thing, like finding a group of people who it's just like, oh, actually, everybody still loves toys.
Yeah.
And it's cool and it's okay that we all buy toys.
Yeah. Like, I may not collect this or that, but when some dude gets on there and is like, this figure is so cool because of this, and I just got it here, it's like, man, fuck yeah. Like,
well, it inspires me because, like, I'll see people post, God, man, you see me comment, like, every single day I comment on somebody's post. It's like,
oh, yeah.
God, I want that. Like, like people post that Mr. Perfect somebody posted the other day that was like the superstar Mr. Perfect. I was like, oh man, he's my favorite. And I was like, I want one so bad.
It's cool too that like you get kind of like a small history lesson in everything too, because you know when somebody buys something they're really passionate about it, they tell you like Michael was saying, it's like, oh, this is why this is cool and this is why this is where this come from.
Well, and also, like, I don't know if I missed that, which is funny because, like, it's exactly my age because I was born in 86. So, like, Transformers should be my thing.
Yep.
But, like, I had an older brother who was 6 years older, so he was into shit, and he was into video games. That's what he was into.
Yep.
So, like, we played a lot of Sega Genesis, and we played a lot of fighters, and, like, you know, and by we, I mean, I watched him play them or he beat the shit out of me.
Exactly.
Yep.
Playing them, right? But I enjoyed it, and those are, like, some of my best childhood memories, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I just never got into Transformers really, or He-Man, and I really didn't get into toys until like I loved Hot Wheels when I was a kid.
Yeah,
because my dad was like building motors all the time and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So Hot Wheels, and then like it's funny because that merged. And I don't mean to get into a whole fucking thing here, but it's funny because it merged into like when I was in high school, like when I was in middle school and beginning in high school, it was like Fast and the Furious was out, and it was like Attitude Era.
Yeah.
And so like it merged with my love of cars to just like my love of cars is just almost strictly tuners. So it's like
exactly.
So like I'll go in the dollar store and looking for Hot Wheels, which I'm sure you guys know that, but the dollar store has awesome.
The
Hot
dollar
Wheels.
store is the place to go. That's where you find
It
the
has
chase.
so many good Hot Wheels.
Yeah. Nobody touches it.
I know, man. It's crazy. And I go in there and dig through them, and there's like all kinds of like old like just the shit that I love.
Yeah.
And I'm like went in there for bread, and I left with 8 Hot Wheels.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I didn't get any bread either. Like,
Forgot it.
I'll go to the
Had
Hot
to go
Wheels.
turn back around.
Well, I get super pumped about finding 86 Corolla, and I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, I'm stuck here.
86, baby.
Yeah, man, that's my favorite. I bought 2. I kept one in a card, and I took the other one out.
I've got the same one. Toyota MR2 too.
Yeah.
Matchbox did one a couple years ago.
Yeah, look at those. This is bad podcasting, but look at those. One of them's like the 40th anniversary. He dropped them. He's fucking bailed out. One of them's like
hell yeah.
Yeah.
96 Nissan 180
Yeah.
That's a killer.
Ain't that killer? Yeah, I'm a sucker for Hot Wheels. Those are on a Food City end cap.
And shit too.
Yeah, Food City knows about my impulse. It's funny because like my background's in retail, so I know about a ton of retail stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I still can't help impulse buys.
Me neither.
I'm still like, you put that on the end cap.
It's like a drug addiction, man.
What an asshole. I'm going to pull this out.
Coming from retail too, it's like you know the psychology of why they place things.
Yeah.
The way that they do. And it's like, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway.
You know what? It works. You got me.
You got me.
It's red and yellow. I can see it. I want it.
I bought it.
Yeah, you got me. So, are you guys selling strictly like? I mean, I know you do the flea market thing, which is really cool. But that's the season's getting ready to be dead, right? Yeah, it's getting ready to get cold.
Yeah. So we haven't been really setting up at flea markets. So what we've been doing is we're mainly going to be doing an online storefront,
Killer.
Through eBay and through Facebook. But what we've really been doing is just going to these local toy shows, and setting up there because with the flea market, you may go one day and then not sell a dime of stuff.
Because it's really just depending on what kind of people come through.
It depends who comes. And there's no point in paying overhead on a place to set your stuff when you've got the room to put it somewhere. With the toy shows and these Comic-Cons and conventions and stuff, that's your niche. That's where you
got access to do the shit you want.
You have access to do everything.
So y'all got these cool bubble mailers. that you got custom printed.
Yeah, we just got those in, designed by Mr. Dan over here.
You are a man of all trades, aren't you?
I do everything.
I love it. Michael's the brains behind the operation.
Well, I actually did the concept art for that.
All right.
Yeah, and I sent it to him, and I was like, "Fix this."
Mutual shit.
So that's how it was. What we're trying to do, just make everything fair for
That's
for both of us, and we both get what we want out of it, and make a little money on the side, and get to go places, and
well, you get to hang out with your buddy
exactly,
and buy, and like that's so. We go when we go to like when we done the like the Nashville trip that we were talking about earlier.
mm-hmm.
We go to like vendors malls and all of them that we can find.
So many out there,
and just random shit like.
There's so many places
just
in there.
Knowing shit that's, and I'm inspired too by the toy group, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm always fucking looking for toys, but the problem is with the internet is everybody knows what they got. So like you can't find good deals on shit most of the time unless it's in a bulk, right? That's when you can find it.
Yeah, that's exactly. You get bulk or like you just gotta look around.
I found a super scope one time under a dress in the Isom Vendors Mall in the box. It was under a dress in like there was no other video game stuff there. There was just a super scope.
I'm assuming you bought it.
It was $50.
I'd have bought it.
It was awesome, dude.
Did it come in the box? Or
it was in the box and the styrofoam. Yeah, it was.
You never see them like that.
I know. I was like, I immediately sold it. Yeah, like it didn't have super scope with it. Was the only problem.
Something like that falls in your lap every now and then.
Yeah.
So I was collecting the modern Chug collection, and some dude like 6 months ago posted a huge lot of like almost everything that I needed for like $500, and then I had doubles at that point too, because he had a whole, what was it, like 60, 70 figures or something like that.
It was 60.
And you get goosebumps, right, when they post it. You're like you can't reply quick enough.
I seen that, I was like, man, I have to fucking have this.
Man, the way people were wanting to buy it is they're just wanting to cherry pick at it.
Yeah.
And like the dude's like, no, I'm moving out of my apartment.
Which worked out best for you guys.
Yeah.
And
so he bought them and just started selling them, and
that's so fun. I'm honestly fucking jealous of it. Like I bought a collection. There was me and it's funny because mutual friend Russ. Me and him both commented on this lady was just selling like she had just a tote of wrestling figures.
Yeah, that
was like I guess that was her kids and had just grown out of them and he didn't want them anymore. And it was like she was like $25 takes the whole tote, and it was like 100 figures, and they were all like Attitude Era or mid 2000s or even most recent stuff. But still, it was like that price for that many figures. I was like, one of those figures is that much. Like if the deluxe ones was like one of those is $25, I'll take them all. But like there was like 6 people from that toy group that commented on it, and she had already sold them.
Yeah, and that's really the best way to buy stuff for any kind of hobby, man. Anytime you collect something, just buy lots and just sell the rest. Because what we do is we buy the collection, we get like the good stuff that we need out of it, or like sometimes there's some like Holy Grail stuff out of it. We just grab it, we just sell the rest, and other stuff is like desirable. We just got it and we just don't need it. But
and I think that so magic like is really the big thing my whole life that I've collected and done, and like. And my favorite thing to do, 100%, no argument, my favorite thing to do in Magic is buy a box of cards that I have no idea what the fuck is in them.
Exactly.
Like, I would rather them not be commons and lands, but if they are, I'm not like really even mad about it.
Yeah.
Just because I want to open a box and I want to look through a bunch of cards that I don't know what's in them.
Exactly.
And I'm so happy about it,
man. And then seeing like a common for like worth $20.
Yeah,
or like an uncommon.
Any card, even if I don't get my money back, if there's just something in there that was super cool.
Yeah. And then like you just got a bunch of random cards.
Yeah, and I don't care. I'll sell those for 1,000 of them for $1, whatever.
It appeases the human psyche to like we're very curious creatures.
Yeah,
like mystery boxes sell.
Man, those. I'm a sucker for mystery boxes.
Yeah, so
I always wanted to do one.
The draft packs and stuff like that for Magic. I'm not a Magic guy at all.
Yeah,
but like opening cards. I'd buy some collector cards and shit like
because
that.
you get it. You used to open a booster pack.
It's cool. It's $2. I'll pay for that just to figure out what the fuck's in it.
I buy the most random packs of stuff. Like if I go to a game store and you have like a pack of Indiana Jones cards, or if you have like a pack of old like Marvel or DC, like anything like that, dude, I will buy a pack. I will buy the shit out of packs of that stuff, like $1.
Yeah, anytime I go to like a card store, man, they've got like an old pack of cards. I know what's in the set. I want to buy the pack anyways. Fuck it.
Yeah. I want to open something
for $1 a pack.
I want to open something I've never opened before.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and then talk about how bad it is.
It's also and to talk about how shit it is. It's also why I like to open toys. Like I'm a big toy opener. Like
there's some things that I keep sealed just for like preservation.
Yeah,
and then other things like the more common stuff, I'll open it up.
If I want to, if I can get 2 of them, I usually get 2 of something if I'm going to buy it.
Yeah,
like because I wish I would have done that when I was a kid. Do you know how many GI Joes, like old GI Joes, like before you were born GI Joes?
I'd say it was
that I have lost in the creek. That like. We used to like put them in the culvert at the top of the holler because the holler was just like 6 houses long and you could walk from the top to the bottom of it and it was all downhill. And we used to put them in the culvert at the top and see if they'd come out. Why we did that? Because they never fucking did. They just never did. And we'd send like his little brother up in the culvert to get him. Like, hey, you take this flashlight and see if you can find a G.I. Joe's in there.
My dad used to do that. We have a huge hill on our old property where we used to live, and his big thing was Star Wars figures. Dude, I've been up there walking, just going up the hill. There's just a random Star Wars figure, and I pick it up, take it. Yeah, like so cool. But
there's that the G.I. Joe, like the astronaut one that's worth so much. Like is
that the one that come with the big ship?
I don't know. It's just he's literally just an astronaut. He's an astronaut suit. Yeah. I specifically remember putting him in there because I remember thinking it was like it's pretty close to a underwater.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta try
it's pretty close. I'm pretty sure it's watertight.
Yeah. Waterproof.
He's not gonna get any water in there. It's good. Yeah. Put him down. It'll be fine. He'll come out the other end. He didn't. Sad. There's so much money in there.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, man, I had pretty much the entirety of the G.I. Joe collection from 1984 to 1986. Bases and all. I had the Cobra Dome, had the Joe bases, had all the vehicles.
Except the flag.
Except for the flag. Didn't have the flag. And, got to that point in time where Mom was like, do you even want these? I was like, yeah, I want them. And then I come home the next weekend and they're not there.
Oh, it's like Andy and Andy's mom put them in the wrong garbage bag.
She was like, I sold everything for $250. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Mom, what the fuck?
No.
My mom burnt my copy of Monty Python and the Holy Grail one time. She was like, this is blasphemous. And she got rid of it. I don't know if she burned it, but she got rid of it.
It's gone.
I was so mad. I forget that I've watched you grow up. Just like
I've known you since I was fucking like 8 years old.
Which is funny. I watched you find yourself. I know that sounds dumb, but like you didn't know what you liked. Like, and you don't until you're like you still don't. How old are you?
24.
That's what I was gonna say. 25, right? And that's like you don't until you're like 25. Like you don't even really know what you're into until you're like 25. Give you some slack on the headset because it's like you don't know what you like and what you don't like, and you don't even know what kind of women you're into, or if you're into women, you don't know what you're doing until you're 25.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I've got a pretty consistent pattern with the women that I'm into.
Yeah, me too.
Just insane ones, or
crazy batch. I could never plead the fifth. I can't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like what's your therapy? It's like, oh well, I hang out on a podcast and talk about all my problems with my friends.
Yeah,
that's what we do. That works out good. Hey, how you doing?
I like this little 3D printed skull thing. Who did this?
That's a half of one. Andrew has a 3D printer, and it got halfway through and messed up, and we've never got it working again. We've troubleshooted the shit out of it, and there's like one thing will go wrong, and the next thing will fix. And
you've got to get one with an automatic one that like labels the bed automatically.
Yeah,
or else you're just gonna have so many problems.
Yeah,
it's better to spend double the price and just get a good one.
Yeah, I've seen the expensive ones do crazy shit too, though. Like I've seen expensive ones do. Usually the expensive ones. What happens is the software gets bugs in it.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out how to resolve those bugs. Like there's no debug for a program that has 6 buttons.
We're looking into getting one of the resin printers.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
They're so cool. So good for making like toy accessories and shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you guys can get. Have you seen the toy box, like the 3D printer that's like it's like Mattel or something?
No.
It's called Toy Box, and it's a 3D printer, but it's like the size of this, and it's encased the whole thing, and it has like a set. I think it's like Disney or something because it has a set amount of things that you can print.
Yeah.
But you can put an SD card in with print files on them. Whatever that I don't know what that file type is.
It's
STL or
STL.
Something, yeah. You can put those in on an SD card and print whatever you want as long as it's within measurements of the printer. But like it's got a bunch of preset like toys, like accessories and stuff.
fuck yeah.
And so like that's already set on it, and it's pretty cool because like it's supposed to be like, you know, easy bake oven, nothing can go wrong because it's nothing wrong because there's just a bulb and nothing else going on.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like that. I think that it's like simple
Okay.
enough that there's
Yeah.
nothing breaking on it. Like
Good deal.
the material is like inside of it, you know, and like in a concealed compartment, and like
So it's a easy bake.
it's an
3D
easy
printer.
bake, yeah. But it's good though. Like, and it takes like double the time to print because it's like doesn't have a quick processor, but like it's only like $100 or something,
Fuck yeah.
and it does its job.
And it's called the Toy Box?
Toy Box, that's what it's called. I don't know if it's Mattel or, I mean, I assume it's one of those companies, but I know it was like in collab with Disney, I think.
So
That price is probably not Mattel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've got a
You're the toy
Amazon
guys.
business account now. So
Oh,
I get
killer.
discounts on anything business related. That's why I was gonna get a CR10,
Yeah,
the PLA printers instead of the
for
resin.
sure. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's killer. I'm all about
They're-
everything you guys are doing.
They're their own company. They were
Toy
on Shark
boxes?
Tank. Yeah, they were on
Oh,
Shark
okay,
Tank.
cool.
But there's a collaboration with Disney. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I mean, because it's like real basic, and it's like
Yeah,
it's like the
meant
first
for- it's meant
consumer
for
friendly.
kids.
Yeah, it's meant for all kids. Yeah, to be able to use it because it's like real simple process to print shit.
They've got a bundle sale right now. You can get the printer with the spools of the stuff for like $349.
That's not bad. I mean,
No.
of course, the problem with that is now 3D printers are going way down, and they're not like they were because they were like $5,000.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's in like a consumer level now.
It is. You can afford them now, which is funny because if
They had a 3D printer on campus, and you could go pay so much. They would measure the amount of stuff you were using
Yeah.
plus another fee, and you just pay. I never got to use it while I was there, but
yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I want free access, complete access to like a government level like 3D printer. Like I want like complete access to just go in and print shit. Like I want to print the hood of a car if I want to.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, have you seen the fucking? It's like the 3D printer house building thing. They build them out of like concrete and shit.
Yeah.
And it, like,
Oh,
It's a big rig that prints a
so
fucking
I
house.
guess 3D printer, right, is a broad term.
Correct.
Right? Because
Correct.
like I've seen that shit, right? And like I've also seen like the ones that lay like brick walkways.
Yeah.
Like have you ever
Yeah.
seen those? That's a 3D printer, right?
Essentially.
Because you just put the bricks in it and it mixes the shit and like lays the walkways completely
Yeah.
down like the whole way. It's fucking it's printing a road.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's definitely what it's doing. So I mean I guess I love that like level of it. It is the bigger shit.
It's cool, man. It's the future.
The future, you think it's like, and really, like, if you get down to it, like, aren't factories just 3D printers? Like, I don't know.
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially.
Like, if you're cutting like water cutters that cut like a shit out of steel, I mean,
The CNC machines. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's essentially a 3D printer.
that's a 3D printer. You're just doing it with metal and
It's
water.
a different process. Yeah.
There's a consumer level 3D printer now that lets you print out of 6065 aluminum.
Oh,
Melts
shit.
it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
construes it. It's like $1,500.
Sure, but that's awesome.
but like, there's so much shit you could do with that.
Yeah, I can't even.
Building a Lego machine guns.
Bump stocks. You can make all kinds of bump stocks.
Yeah.
I don't think we can talk about bump stocks.
No, we can't.
We'll get some sort of ban.
ATF's gonna fucking blow your door down.
Oh, you know,
Did the government shut down?
No,
It did.
extended for 45 days.
what the fuck? I was hoping.
They need to shit or get off the pot.
You know what's funny? I think when the government shuts down, we shouldn't have to pay taxes.
Exactly.
Like when they
exactly.
shut down. Like, right? Like, like if they're shut down for 45 days, there should be no tax anywhere you buy anything.
Who are we paying
Well,
to?
it's
Yeah.
different because the state government doesn't shut down; it's just a federal. But still, like on your paycheck, federal tax shouldn't be fucking taken out.
Right. There's no they shouldn't get
fully
it.
fucking
If I
agree.
get
Fuck
paid
yeah.
in those 45 days, there's no way you should get your money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's
yeah.
nobody there to take it. It's exactly no taxation without representation. It's exactly that. What do you mean it's not? You're gonna get me right in the middle of the day. I guess it's not the middle of the day. So you all got some shit coming up, right?
Yeah.
That you're working on.
We're going to be set up at the Tri-Cities Comic-Con on December the 2nd. It's going to be at the Delta Hotels Conference Center in Bristol, Virginia.
Oh, in Bristol.
Yeah. So go see us.
To that. You guys are gonna get me. You guys are gonna get me hot and bothered about it.
Man.
I'm gonna be there.
Spend that money.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
leave all my money at home. I have too many hobbies and too much shit. I got on Lorcana kick,
Yeah.
and I was hunting down Lorcana like all over the fucking. Like I went to my mom's, and there was no Lorcana from here to North Carolina.
Every 6 months, man, I go through a different hobby while
Yeah.
keeping my other hobbies. And it's just so hard to keep up with everything.
Oh, so you guys are gonna be set up there selling, right?
Yeah, we're going to be set up there selling.
And trading,
It's gonna
bring some shit.
trading,
A ton
buy,
of
sell,
trade.
trade,
Yeah.
whatever. It's going to be a pretty big event. It's going to be like a normal Comic-Con, so you're going to see plenty of people dressed up. There's going to be a lot of voice actors, artists, stuff like
It's gonna be
that.
so fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And
I
we're
love
gonna
big fucking I've never been to a convention ever,
be- really.
but I've been involved in like the biggest
Yeah.
Magic tournament ever. Like it's like
So
4,500 people or some shit. So it's like
yeah,
it's
Well,
wild.
here's
And I'd
your
love
chance.
to. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I need to come to one. Brian Marcus invites me all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we need to influence and get him on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I'd love it.
He'd be great.
Brian rolls.
He'd be great.
We were up there the other day, and he made me spend way more money than
Oh,
I
yeah.
needed to.
Well, he does this thing where he doesn't really upsell it. He just talks to you about it,
Yeah,
Yep.
and you're like, "Fuck, all right, I'll buy it."
yeah, yeah. And like, he always has great prices.
Yeah, he does good too if you've known him for a while. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what.
he'll bulk stuff together for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll plug him, shameless at Cavalier Comics,
Cavalier Comics over in Wise, Virginia, next to the Monterey's over there.
and he deals a lot. I mean, it's partly influenced by you guys. Really,
Yeah,
deal a lot more toys now.
Brian.
he has.
Brian's a lot of influence for us. For stuff like that, and
He loves the shit too,
Yeah.
though. Like he knows
He loves
he knows
everything.
so much about everything. Like
yeah,
all the toys, like he knows fucking where everything was from or when it was.
which you gotta know stuff for. Like, if you sell everything, you gotta know everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
period.com.
He's good at it.
We there's some other toy people in the area, and
Yeah,
we mainly specialize in Transformers. We sell some other stuff here and there that we're just trying to get rid of. It's mainly like personal stuff, but it's hard to when everybody sells everything.
yeah.
They can't know everything about it because that's just so much information.
Well, and you like who you're fighting with is just people going online and buying shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like all the time.
yeah,
People just be able to search anything up on eBay.
yeah, and we post some stuff on our Facebook. We just started out. We're gonna start kicking it hard here soon. We're gonna put our
Well, you
eBay
both
link.
work, right? So
Yeah.
fucking like
I work two
Dude.
jobs. He works one,
Yeah.
but he works like 80, 90 hours a week.
I mean, it's hard too. Like if you're trying to boost something. I mean, I've been there, and it's trying to boost something and get something going and fucking working your full time job anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. It's we're doing this here, and I'm got like the little sticker business and T-shirts
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And between everything and my full time job, I'm fucking dead.
Yeah,
Like I don't have any energy whatsoever to do anything. Like we went to this toy show last Saturday, and it turned out to be a fucking awesome turnout.
yeah.
But when we got there, I was like, man, I don't even really want to do this.
Right, tired as
I'm
fuck.
so
Yeah,
tired, man.
but the cool thing about it is, it is something we are passionate about.
yeah,
And especially, when we did go to this toy show, one thing that made my day is we had a lot of kids coming up and buying stuff, man. And
yeah. That's cool.
a lot, everybody knows that, it's very easy for kids to get consumed into technology nowadays. And it really is a treat to watch kids run around and just play
Buy a toy is cool.
and buy
Yeah.
toys and play with each other, man. It's a treat.
No, I definitely think that's awesome that you can introduce like fucking everybody back to
Yeah.
like a bunch of kids into something that they have no idea about. I mean,
Yeah.
because like the way we all knew about it, and like any toys we played with was just cartoons and shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, but that's just not a thing anymore.
No.
I guess, like, because the toys are getting completely different than Bluey,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and whatever they watch now.
My godson is into Transformers now. He got in there like 6 months ago, and anytime that I get to go over there and fool with him, like he's like, "Man, transform these for me." I don't understand them at all. Of course, his favorite is Bumblebee.
Oh well, yeah. Well, there's a reason it's bright yellow.
Yeah, it's bright yellow, and he's the star of every show from now on.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. It's like, man, you should look into Shockwave, dude. He's badass.
There's a lot cooler ones in this car.
This dude's purple with one eye, and he has a gun for an arm.
Right.
That's killer.
Yeah.
You guys just a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we're not going to shame. Don't Transformer shame. Right?
Yeah, we're not going to Transformer shame.
Shame on
There's some cooler options out there, though.
that first movie was good though.
Oh man, it was fantastic.
The first movie was so good. Like the shock of it, right? That was kind of like what it was like. And Shy was good, and like Megan Fox was great.
Yep.
But like,
and a lot of people, don't get me wrong, a lot of them are terrible movies.
Yeah,
but like CGI quality,
they're still cool for what they are, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, if you look at CGI nowadays, like it's on par with those movies that were made
they were
15
definitely
years ago.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, exactly 15.
it kind of resurgence for the Transformers world too, right? Those movies. I mean, like for the toys,
It brought it back to life.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was.
people digging shit out.
We were talking about it the other day. 2007 to like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
It was really a golden era that we took for granted. There was so much good stuff that came out, and like me and him now catch ourselves like, oh man, I had that as a kid. I have to have that, and which that's what it's all about.
Well, that's what. So it's funny because like, the trend that I see like in toys, and you guys gifted me an awesome Beast Wars figure.
Oh yeah,
Buzzclaw. Yeah, we're pumped about it. We have a whole table full of shit that people have brought, and we're happy about that. But we'll post pictures out on Instagram. Y'all can check that out. But anyway, the trend like in toys is like new toys that look old.
Yeah.
Right. Is the trend, which is super confusing. Like because the old toys like are out there, and they're not much more than like and sometimes they're cheaper, right? Than even like the Star Wars series that's like the old,
the retro collection.
The retro collection, right? Some of those figures are like they're just cheaper if you buy the original one.
He-Man's doing the same thing too. He-Man toys are pretty much 1-to-1 what they were in the 80s.
Yeah,
and Transformers does G1 reissues now, where Walmart gets they get the old modes from the 80s and just change the colors on them just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's,
people love old stuff, man.
Yeah, I know,
They
and
really
it's
do.
so weird that like toy companies just caught on to people wanting old stuff, and they just printed their old shit. Like you don't have to come up with new ideas. you
Just run it through.
Like all the wrestling figures that we were talking about earlier, like the series now that it's just like the old style figures that don't move at all.
Yeah. People want old.
It's ridiculous that people want that,
figures,
and I bought one. So like I mean like it's ridiculous that people want those, even though people want them.
Mm-hmm.
The first wrestling figures I ever owned were like Hogan and Flair, or Hogan and Piper. They're just
like
the rubber
figures.
arms, that like just link them together. I don't really know what you fucking did with them because they were just two dudes that were like
What up?
squatting, kind of.
Looked like they were taking a shit.
They did look like they were taking a shit, and that's what I always thought. Like, how are they wrestling like this?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I used to do a similar thing which you guys are doing, but I did like retro video games. When that was popping off.
Level up. Yeah.
Yeah. Not just my store, but like after my store closed, I did a lot of that just online, and I like sold it. Like I went to flea markets and shit and sold, and like just would go buy it other places. And
it's never too late, or too early to start your own thing.
Oh yeah.
Me and my business partner here, we're only in our 20s, and as long as you know enough about something,
Yeah.
you can sell it. There's a market out there. It may be a really niche market, but there's a market, and
Well,
you shouldn't
and-
be afraid.
And you're going about it the right way, right? It's not like your
Yeah.
main goal, and it's kind of like
Exactly.
like you guys said, you're supporting your hobby
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
all.
with it. Yeah, it's like the goal is just to be able to buy toys,
Yeah.
We're getting toys for free and then
Yeah.
making the money back essentially.
Yeah.
and you get to like you said, like the relationships you get to build,
Yeah.
right? Like
I've met a lot of killer people.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes. We set up at the Tri-Cities Toy Show a couple weeks ago on, when was that? That was at the, it was back in September, but we met a dude that had went to one of the conventions we had went to.
Yeah.
And he knew one of our friends that we had made at the conventions. And, we've got him and a lot of other people. There's a lot of professional wrestling leagues over in the
Oh, yeah.
Tri-Cities area, over in Virginia, Tennessee, all that. And
Smoky Mountain and shit. All
yeah,
that's
they're wanting us to set up over there, so we're trying to line that out and get that going. And
that's cool.
we're mainly just trying to do the local stuff, and as long as we make our money back setting up at the tables, it's and our gas. That's really all I care about. And we just want to experience, new people. There's a lot of adults out there that haven't had a toy since they were a kid,
Yeah,
and we just hope they see something at the table that they.
it's okay to play with toys.
Yeah. I mean, if COVID taught us anything, it's like do whatever you want.
So that's interesting too, right? Is because it's like
Yeah.
COVID is kind of the reason toys are like came back, like
Yeah,
resurgence.
Exactly the reason they
Because people were just fucking hanging out,
People
didn't have
just
anything to do
had
anyway.
excess money, man. I
Yeah.
mean, and there's nothing else to do.
Yeah,
I mean, so that got a lot of
digging through their
collectors.
closets and shit and finding all their toys and
Yeah.
Yep.
people finding stuff they forgot they had.
Which now, a lot of people are coming off of that stuff.
Yeah,
So the stuff that was out,
sure.
3-4
People's lives
years
are getting
ago.
back in normal.
yeah, people that were into it 3 or 4 years ago during COVID, they're like, I can't do this anymore. So that's how we're able to get a lot of stuff. A lot of people just trying to make
I
space.
feel like
and-
it's your guys' job to
exactly.
It's our dude.
make sure people don't quit playing with toys.
Yeah, that's what we're
Don't
trying
go back
do.
to your everyday life and quit playing with toys because you
Yeah.
like to play with toys and it's what you should be doing.
Yeah, quit your job and play with
It's
toys.
fucking right.
Yeah,
Have fun, man.
Yeah.
Life's supposed to be enjoyable.
Right. That's what like people get stuck in like people get stuck in living their everyday life and forget like I always say I'm on a bit like whenever
Yeah.
like in my everyday life like I'm generally on a bit about something almost all the time. Right.
Yeah.
And that's just who I am, right? Don't you feel that way? Like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I mean that's just the way it is. And I don't have any problem with it. That's fine. That's who I am. But like I have a good time because I get to do that. Like I get to be full of shit and whatever and do a podcast because we wanted to do a podcast.
yeah,
And and now we're doing it for 35 weeks straight and having a great time. And
Yeah.
and we get to do things like like we all like have mutual people and have hung out in different places, but like we wouldn't be like this. We wouldn't be doing this.
no,
And it's cool that what it's going to go to, and we've done some trading and stuff on toys and pre-show. So it's cool that we're going to get down those avenues, and I'm always going to think of you guys now when I see Transformers and be like, hey, these motherfuckers
Oh, yeah.
need this big bag of toys.
Robots
Exactly.
in general.
Yeah,
Anything-
robots.
anything robot related, anything really. Transformers are the only thing we really deal in, but that's what we're trying to. Because you really got to
Yeah.
find your niche. Anytime you want to do something and you want to stand out, you just got to find your niche.
And luckily, we have the preset knowledge about this stuff because it's been our entire lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We were like, fucking Transformers rule, man. I want to learn everything about
Well,
them.
and it kind of like gets you through your day too to know that you're doing something, that you're
Yeah.
going to be doing something cool. You know what I mean? Like you all got the show coming up. So like
yeah,
kind of gets you through your day. Like, hey, I'm just getting through this week doing my day job,
yeah.
And man, you never know like what's going to happen, right?
Exactly.
Shit pops off. If shit pops off and and you guys are like making money, you know what I mean? And you guys can do that for a living. That's the dream anyway, right?
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
So you can just buy and sell toys for a living, trade with people and meet people all over the country. I mean, that'd be ideal, right? Like doing trading like I'm sure it's mostly an East Coast thing, but like trading on the West Coast would be cool.
Yeah.
It would be really cool.
Yeah.
Which, we've got the eBay account, which we
Sure,
go
but it's
hard on,
different,
but
right?
That's different than marketing
Yeah.
an East Coast wide.
It's different than like going through some stuff and trading with somebody you meet from from Oregon who also is into Transformers, and you have completely different lives.
Yeah.
You know, that whole thing's always intriguing to me, and I think that's cool. And podcasting like has a similar feel that like I meet a lot of people and talk to a lot of people that are like our podcasts are nothing alike, but we communicate because we have, similar needs and like, like Jaden's talking about working on a podcast.
Yeah.
Right. And you get that up and going, you come back and talk about that shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that'd be hot. But it's just like, we were talking about the gear that we use here in studio and remind the listeners that studio is the dining room. But the gear we use in studios, like was talking about just relatable shit that we would never talk about before.
Yeah.
The mics that we use and
the mic stand.
Just hang out with people, man. Play with toys.
Yeah.
Make
hang
conversations.
Out with people. Yeah.
Get a hobby, man. Really, you can have kids, you can have a wife, you can have a job, but have a hobby. Get out and do something every once in a while. Something that makes you really happy.
And that's kind of what we preach here, right?
Yeah.
On this podcast is like, I know quit your job in its literal form is what you think, right? But like really just do something you love. Right.
Exactly.
Do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like if I could podcast for a living, I would just do that.
Yeah. If it pays the bills, do
right,
it.
If it paid the bills.
Fuck it anyways. Do it anyway.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not paying any bills, and I'm doing it anyway. We're having a great time.
Exactly.
But that's the goal. So that's kind of where we're at, and that's where you guys are at, and that's why I wanted you guys to come on, and why I've had such a great time tonight.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
We've been having a good time.
It was fun. Yeah, man. We're going to do some more toy trading, and you guys are going to get me into toys now.
Got to, man.
Be fucking on.
Yeah. Go check us out on Facebook, Eject Toys. We're on Instagram too, all lowercase, eject_toys. We'll be set up at the Tri-Cities Comic-Con December 2nd, and watch out for us at BotCon this summer.
You fucking love BotCon.
I've got the shirt on.
I know,
right
man.
now.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
If you are a Transformers fan, you will walk in and have to walk outside.
And the cosplay's wild, right?
Yeah.
Like the
It's a
cosplay's
panic
wild.
attack.
And,
I bet it's overwhelming.
And seeing some of the people, man, that like voice your childhood hero.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Like,
You just hear them talk.
Yeah, I met Gary Chalk this year in Newark, New Jersey. And me and him growing up, he was the voice of our Optimus Prime. Everybody knows who Optimus Prime is. And he had me stumbling on my words.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak.
No
coherent
charisma at all.
sentences. No.
Yep.
I failed the speech check.
You failed all of it, yeah.
And I got a picture with him. It was so cool. Super good dude. I got to meet a bunch of other voice actors.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Hang out with them and go to a convention sometime, man. Anybody out there.
Yeah, especially if you have one in your town. Like, people should just go to those.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
Meet
fucking
new people.
People watching is one of my favorite things to do in the world.
yeah.
And dude, there's nothing like people watching at a con.
We
have a bingo card that we put together every year.
Fucking
And it's, you just about guaranteed to see something. There's stereotypes for fucking conventions, of course.
yeah.
But it's funny as hell when you see it in person. And you can check it off on the card.
Yeah, it's even funnier when you're like, I just checked this off.
Man, you're walking around trying to find the other person and be like, have you got this yet? It's like, I just got this. I just got a bingo.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, this is this is the last thing I'll say. I was at that big magic tournament. It was like 4,000 people, and it was the same thing. Like, I wish I would have had a bingo card to be like all the people that are like, it was wild, the wildest. Man, there was a concession, right, where it was just like, they basically only had like chicken strips and like hot dogs and shit, right? You imagine there's 4,000 people, right, and there's one concession.
Yeah.
Right, so we're fucking standing there like forever, and you only got so much time before the rounds. I just happened to have like a buy or some shit, but man, this dude in front of me, we were standing there forever. And she yelled something like they were out of fries or something. I don't remember what she yelled because the thing that happened next shocked me. Man, he turned around and started talking like Mickey Mouse. And I don't even mean like just for a split second. I mean like legitimately like full of whoo-hoo, like the full on, like the whole time. And I was like looking behind me because I was like, is he fucking talking to somebody else? Because he was like just talking like Mickey Mouse.
I don't mean to interrupt you. Do you remember the dude that was at the? He went to the big. It was a big tournament a long time ago now. It was a dude who was taking pictures of the dude with their ass.
The guy with the fucking, he got banned for life.
Banned for life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what he's talking about?
I don't know what
There's a guy that was going around like he went like a GP or something, like 4,000 people or some shit, and was going around just taking pictures of people's ass cracks. And him like posing next to him or whatever, and they call it like a crack gate or whatever.
The crack gate. Yeah.
And like he got banned for life for Magic, and he was like he wasn't a pro, but he was going to be a pro. Like he was really good, and it was fucking hilarious. I mean, that's funny. So it is funny because like there's so many ass cracks at Magic tournaments. Like so many. I mean, I've been that person.
Yeah.
I'm sure more than once, but like. It's funny that he got banned for life for it, and they said it was bullying. And I was like,
ban my boy, free my boy,
free my boy. We need to find his name and shit.
Yeah,
free my boy. I don't think we can just hashtag free my boy.
Crackgate was an inside job.
Yeah,
it was.
I love that. Yeah, guys. You all check them out on their socials and check them out December 2nd.
Yeah, and
Bristol.
And Christmas is coming up. You know, if you want to get your kids into something that's productive. I mean, Transformers are basically 2 toys in one. Get their brain going. We'll be up on Facebook. Go check us out, man.
All right, y'all. That was an awesome show. That was fun. Remember to follow us on Instagram. We can check out. I'm gonna post some pictures of stuff that they brought. Follow us on Instagram. Everything's an unpaid lunch. TikTok. We had like 3 or 4 TikToks go up today. So Rhino's been out, but he's been working on that, so he's doing that in the meantime. Check out Patreon, everything exclusive content on there. Yeah, guys, you all got anything else? Anything?
That's pretty much. Thanks for having us, though.
Man, it was awesome. Man. That was a great time, and I'm hoping we can do it again in the future.
Oh yeah.
All right, remember, y'all, ain't nobody stopping you from quitting your job, but you.
Exactly.
Fun though, fucking robots.